When I say web app, it is app.digqc.com. There is a secure login password, just like a bank. You can enter online banking, you can do online quality. So if you see, this is the dashboard. Within the dashboard, can everyone see it is now visible to everyone, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So if you follow where my cursor is, that is the part I am explaining. So this is the dashboard where all the projects that are in your control are listed here. How many inspections are happened on that project and how many have failed. So we have created failed as the unit of seriousness. If you have more failure, you mean you have to pay more attention, because at a management level, you are doing exception. If where there is problem, you will put your attention to that. So this is a quick understanding.
Sir, can
Similarly,
you put on zoom? Actually, it is not visible. It is very small.
okay.
Now.
I see. I can zoom, but in Google you can
Okay.
also zoom, because if you are on phone, it will be different viewpoint. But I can zoom. There is not a problem. Is this better?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
So this is by username. Username is the engineers that you are having. You can see different engineers, how many have done what kind of work. You can also do as per the work, that is like who is doing the work, the agency. So if you have 5-6 different contractors, you can see their results also. There is a date wise, you can scan, like if you want to see only for the last 6 days, you can select that. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Then you can also go into the project tab on the top. So on the project, you can deep dive. Who is doing the, who is the client, all those, who are the users, what is the role that has been assigned to you, all that things you can see. And then if you double click it, you can go inside, you will see all the things within that project. So see the tabs on the top. EQC, as I said, there is the element of quality control. Issue is like a NC. You can even raise NC within the system. What are the EQC types that you have? So you can have many types, like I was explaining, you can standardize everything. So one second. So you can have many EQC types like civil PCC work, different types are there. You can have piling works, all different things you can create. All your users you can see here. Who are the people who are allowed to work on this project? Who are your agencies? So all this comes in the web app. Then you can see the logs, what is happening on which day, what is past, what is in progress, what has failed, all that kind of stuff. And you can deep dive also. On your job, on your screen size, you can actually click and go into the details of it. Then you can also create detailed reports. It could be user-wise, it could be agency-wise, it could be nature of work-wise. Then there is a tab of to do, because sometimes even seniors are supposed to give approval. So if there would have been any approvals pending from my side, they would have been visible here. So in a very quickly, I have shown you the dashboard. Now I will show you something which will be of interest to you. Let us say I want to show you EQC type. Now, because we are in concrete engineer, I will try to find something with concreting. So everybody is doing MEP only. Okay, let us say RCC footing is there. So you see, in this case, there are all the questions have been created. Can you see this question list? Is the volume of concrete estimated? Kindly mention in remark. Now, this is not a quality question. This is a quantity question. But still, you can put that in. So you can even use it for data capture. So if you are doing reconciliation later on, you can do the maths. So all the questions that you want to ask, is reinforcement steel packing done as per drawing? Yes, no. Are labs provided? All the things that are standard, you can put here. Now, the way, if you want something to be captured in photo, so you see right now it is not mandatory, but if you click on the edit button, you can decide, yes, it is required. Okay. I am not given rights on this one, but you could have changed that. You can have made EQC photo driven. And it is user friendly to configure also. It's not only to use on the site, but even to set it up is very user friendly. And from the dashboard, if you go down, you can do all kinds of analysis in terms of pie chart. You can see what is happening, what is failing most, all those kind of things you can check. You can check different works are happening and how they are happening. As I said, failed ratio is the indicator of seriousness. So if something is failing, you have to pay attention. So you can deep dive into it and do that kind of thing. So that was the web app. Now I'll quickly log in from my phone because I have to also show you the phone app. Just give me a minute. Okay. I have now come on the phone also. I will share the screen on my phone so you can see the web app.
I would request all to just pin that. When you pin it, it will be actually visible.
So the mobile phone is in display right now. Earlier I
Yeah.
had displayed the this thing web app. Now if you look at this, this is the dashboard. In the dashboard, first is to do, because that is the most important thing. What you are supposed to do is on the top. So what are the things in to do? There is approved, means somebody has given you approval, so you can see that you have been approved, so you have to pass it. Or there is redo. If somebody has rejected your remote approval, you have to do it again. Paused EQC. Now, quickly, I will tell you what is paused EQC. So sometimes what happens, you are doing your inspection, but it is a very long process. Especially, let us say RC is happening. So 5-6 hours the process is going on. Now we all know the person who is doing QC will not stay all the time on that job site. He will come in between. He will probably come in the beginning to see whether the cleanliness is there, the vibrators are there, everything is set up. Then that person will probably come when the first concrete starts to check the slump and other things. Then in between that person will come to check vibration, and in the end they will see whether muster and everything is done properly. But for all 5 hours, that person will not stay there. So they can pause the inspection, go do other things also that they have to do, maybe other inspections or any other thing regarding material or whatever, and in between come back. This is practically how people are doing on job site. So that is facilitated, which is what the pause button is for. Failed means it is failed by the previous inspector, or you have only failed it, and now you have to recheck it. So these are the 4 buttons on top. Then you can see the projects that have been assigned. Now, generally, the engineer would be assigned on one project only. But sometimes, companies like PMC or third-party consultant, they may have many projects where they go and do inspection. So that is also possible. You can do multiple projects. Now I will go in so that is the project. Now at the bottom, you will see the 4 buttons. First is the dashboard, which you are seeing right now. You can see the button for inspection. So inspection is a planned activity. Somebody has prepared certain things for you to inspect, so you can go and check it and approve it. Instruction is more like non-compliance or issue. And sync is there because this app also works in offline mode. Let us say you are in a basement or in a tunnel where you don't have signal, or you could be in a very remote area. So at that time, you cannot do inspection if there is no data. But in our case, you can do the inspection. It will save on the phone, and when you are in the Wi-Fi zone, you can sync it. So that is the advantage. Now I will do one inspection in front of you so you can quickly get a taste of how user friendly it is. So you click on the button inspection. You have to I think somebody is joining. It is coming in. Okay. So when you are on the inspection, you can see there are 3 categories: available, paused, and approval. Available means the previous stage of the work has been approved, so the next stage is available to do the inspection. Paused means you have been roaming around the site and you had paused 1 or 2 inspections, and now you're going back to approve them. And approval is obviously remotely, you have got the permission to get approval. Now, let us start a new inspection so you can see from the beginning. On the top right corner, you can see add button. Just click it. You can select the project which you want to do. Again, I'm just keeping it same, best infra. You can select the EQC type. EQC type means your custom checklist. So right now there is, let us say, RCC beam. I'll just use a footer because it's a very short checklist, so I can explain quickly. Then you have to give the name of the checklist, which is basically the name of the element. So if it is construction RCC work, then you generally give it grid wise or floor wise or something like that. So I'll just simulate it. Let us say it is grid A done, and then floor 12, or you could even write level. Whatever is the policy of your job site, because every drawing, every project has different methods to give name. You just do that, and then you hit QC start. Now, I will make a comment here. No matter how much we digitalize anything, ultimately we are human beings. And human beings also work psychologically. So in digiQC, what I have tried to do is also incorporate certain psychological aspects. And it is optional. It is up to the company to decide whether they want to use it or not. I have given the facility. So the psychological hack here is inspection witness. A lot of times you will say that, when the work is happening, later on people will say, oh, I was not there, I didn't see, I don't know what you did. So if you are facing like that, you will enable this feature. You can have whoever is with you during the inspection. It could be the contractor's person, the client's person, it could be the developer, whatever categories you have on your project. If somebody is along with you, you can also make them part of the inspection. So let us say the consultant was there. So you will click on consultant, and then you will add a photograph. So right now I'll just add our photograph of our web call only. So every photograph is captured through the app will have a date and time stamp. So you know exactly when it was taken. You will hit the done button, go to the next stage. Again, remember, this is optional. You don't need to have witness. Like if you are doing inspection, let us say in a laboratory, then you would want witness. But if you are doing something on a very fast site, every time you will not have, so it's optional. Then drawing. This is also optional, but I feel it is very important because one of the commonest problem of quality mistakes is that the drawing was not carried to the job site to do the inspection. They did not have the drawing. So one of the hack is make it compulsory to have a photograph of the title block of the drawing. It has two purposes. Number one, the person who is doing the inspection psychologically now will know that I can't move forward without the drawing. So let me have it. They will take the photograph. So let us say this is from gallery also you can attach, or you can take it from the photo also. So gallery access is only allowed in drawing because a lot of people sometimes carry digital. So let us assume this is a drawing and I have taken the title blocks photo. Okay. Right now I am not having a real drawing in front of me. Then you go next. Now the real checklist starts. You can see you have 5 questions here. I'm just scrolling up and down. The first question is grade of concrete mentioned in the drawing, can only mention in remark. Now that is making you aware. I should be familiar with that. I am just clicking it. It is yes. Now you can see in the red button is there on remark because you have to write down. So you will write, let us say M20, and you go forward. By the way, all these questions and which is the right answer is configurable. You can create your own also. Is mixed design approved by structure consultant? Let us say yes. Why? Because when you are at the footing stage, generally that is when you have to start your mixed design approval also. Later on in beam and slab, you already have it, so you don't need it. So you can customize as per that. And you say yes. What is the grade of concrete? You already wrote it down. If you want to put any comments, you can do that. I'm quickly showing it to you. Are architecture and structural drawing coordination done and RFI cleared? You do yes. Why in footer stage I am doing this is because that is when you are starting the project and you don't want to do it in the wrong way. And then even housekeeping issues like is area clean before casting? You can say yes, but you can even ask for a mandatory photograph as a proof. So you can see that at the camera there is a small red sign which says that you have to fill it. And if you don't, you can't move forward. It is mandatory. So I'm clicking on it. Let me take a picture. Let us say this was the picture. So it is captured. Now you can even mark up your photograph. If you click on the edit button on the right top, you can see different things you can have. You can crop the photograph. Only the part that you need you can have. You can mark it up. You can have any shape. You can pick any color. You can mark it up to highlight anything. All this will be saved on your cloud, and you can do that. So it's very simple. You saw that my inspection is complete because it was only 5 stages, and the green button of pass has been automatically made available. That happened because all the answers that I gave were the correct answers. That is how it was happening. But what would happen if something was wrong? Let us say you would have said that the area is not clean. So you would have to give a remark. Now you see it has become red. Automatically, the green has become red on the bottom, and you can fail the inspection also. Failure is a permanent record. There is no delete button in digiQC of records. Means no records can be deleted. Pakka record ban jata hai. So if you are on the job side, you don't want to become enemy with your contractor or agency. Rather than fail, you can even do pause. You will say, wait, why don't you do cleaning? Unnecessarily, why you want to create a permanent record against you? So this is also human dynamics, psychology. These things are the ones that empower your site engineer. You have to remember the site engineer or the supervisor is the bottom-most person in the company. Even the contractors person know that. So they try to put pressure on them. But when they have the power of a digital button that you can fail and create permanent record, then they take them seriously and pay respect. So the person can reciprocate by being, okay, take 10 minutes, correct it, and then I will approve it. Our ultimate goal is not to create bad record. Our ultimate goal is to improve the quality. So by giving such powers to the people who are actually responsible, psychologically we are creating pressure on the agency who is creating to do a better job. So I am just showing you that if you go yes, it will become pass. As soon as I hit pass, you have to do two things. Number one, assign the agency who was the one who built it, and what is the next step, because this was one stage. The next stage is after 3 days. So you can select the date and time and tell them, okay, I'll come back to inspect it now, next stage at this time. It is something that you can mutually decide, so that you also remember that you have to do the next stage inspection, and done. That's it. Your inspection is over. So I'm sure a lot of people who saw it carefully realize that it is very, very user friendly. Nothing in it is complicated. And the question also you ask are what you are making, so you can make it as easy or tough as you want. Now, as you can see in this, you can download the report, you can share the report, or you can go back and do other inspections. So that is what I wanted to show on the mobile app. There is another feature which is instruction. Instruction is like the movie RRR: raise, respond, resolve. 3-step process. So that is also very easy. You can add. So instruction is not for inspection. Instruction is, let us say you are on a site round and you see something wrong. It could be anything. It could be safety issue. It could be material stacking is wrongly done issue. It could be security issue that the gate is left open, or it could be anything that you have to assign to somebody to get it fixed. So rather than the normal process of what you call uh, writing site instruction on paper, then give it to them, then getting their stamp, all that lengthy process, do it on the mobile. It is fast, efficient, and it is authentic because it can't be deleted later on. So let us say it is a quality issue regarding the cleanliness. So let me take a picture. I can, as I told you, edit it also. I can highlight that, this is the area where correction is required. And I will put my text comments on it. So first I have to write where it is. So I will say main elevation wall. Let us say that is the one which it is a quality issue. I will go next. I will identify cracks appear on plaster. Let us say that is the problem. Now, it is an instruction which is observation. When originally it might have happened, it might have passed, because at that time the cracks may not have happened. Later on, shrinkage or some imbalance of load may have happened, and you would have seen cracks. So you can say cracks appear on plaster. You can even give a remedy that uh, do groove. You can even give the remedy there. Do groove and re-inspect for cause. So let us find the cause of it. And you will give a deadline. Let us say you give the next day's deadline. You will put a time also. Why? Because this will also go as a reminder to close the issue. You do next. You can assign it to anybody in your company who is responsible for that particular part, and you will raise the issue. So we also put these small motivational points like "well done, identifying problem helps resolve matter." So people don't feel that they are just creating problems; they are actually helping by finding the problems, and you can go back to the issue list. So that is what it is about the mobile app. I'm sure you got a feel for it. Of course, when we use it, you will get a better feel.